recliners. It's all coming up on this Monday, June 2nd. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Chelsea Sayasan.
I'm Jennifer Lambers. Joe Emer has the morning off.
That's right. Yesterday was his birthday, so we decided to be kind and let him have his birthday off. So you'll see him tomorrow. This weekend was huge when it comes to entertainment, content, all the things. Netflix's Tadum Tadoom, however you want to say it, unveiled exclusive sneak peeks and announcements for the streaming service's most anticipated titles.
Some of the big reveals include Stranger Things. The 5th and final season will debut in 3 parts around the holidays: November 26th, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so they're doing the first half of it on November 26th, then the second half on Christmas Day, and then finishing up with that final episode on New Year's Eve. I'm pumped for it. Plus, we were talking about Happy Gilmore 2, of course. They showed the official trailer for the film, which is going to be hilarious. You can see that on Netflix on July 25th.
So much fun. And then Benoit Blanc has a new murder to solve.
Yeah, this was surprising for a lot of people. Daniel Craig's Southern detective returns in Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. No word yet on the plot for this, but it's being teased as his most dangerous case yet.
And the 3rd installment in the popular mystery franchise debuts on December 12th.
I think this was a surprise.
I think so too.
Knives Out, this franchise has done a beautiful job, in my opinion, of expanding with like different storylines. Like, it's still some of the characters that you know and love, but I think they've done just such a good job at expanding their universe.
Right, so many different people involved too.
Yeah. And then this was big. I have not seen this yet. Fans also got to see the first 6 minutes of Wednesday season 2, and it was revealed that Lady Gaga would be playing Rosaline Rodwood, a legendary Nevermore teacher who crosses paths with Wednesday.
Lady Gaga closed out the live streaming event with a medley of songs.
So other big reveals were the first official trailer of Squid Game Season 3. That debuts on June 27th.
And also the first look at Season 2 of the live-action anime adaptation of One Piece. The popular character Chopper makes his debut.
And then an official teaser for a new Frankenstein movie, which stars Oscar Isaac, and Jacob Elordi this summer. No Bridgerton or Emily in Paris updates for this one. I think Bridgerton should come out later next year if they're filming right now.
They tend to turn this around pretty quick.
They do, yeah. Emily in Paris is super quick in my opinion too. So anyways, lots of big things. I think I'm most excited about Stranger Things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's the big one, that it's taken quite a bit of time for them to come out with some of these.
So much time.
Finally have dates.
I was telling Lee, I think I am going to re-watch from the start in preparation.
That's what I've been waiting on, is that I haven't seen the most recent season.
What?
I need all of it to come out first. I'm not the best at watching series and then the next one comes out a year later. And this one's been so slow.
Okay.
Like, I remember that I was pregnant with Layson when they were first coming out. So it's almost 8 years ago that this all started.
So your plan is for the whole series to conclude, then you start from the beginning?
Yes.
Okay, I respect it. Or
maybe around October I'll start.
Okay.
The end of the Halloween.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Spirit.
That's a good plan. Later this year, if you do want to see it.
Well, a Disney movie remake holds the top spot at the domestic box office and becomes one of the top films of the year so far.
The live-action version of Lilo and Stitch earned its second win as many weeks as the theaters. A studio estimates show it brought in $63 million.
Disney's summer blockbuster surpassed the 1930s-style vampire movie Sinners as the second highest-grossing movie of 2025 so far, with a total of $280 million in domestic sales.
We saw it yesterday. It took Scotty, cried a couple times. It was so cute. It was so cute.
Opinions between the original.
Right. I think everybody, my husband is quite mad. He hasn't seen this one, that they changed the story a little bit. I didn't mind. I kind of see this as a different movie. I know it's like a live action version of the original, but I thought it ended well. Some people do not think that, but tears. I was not expecting that in Lilo and Stitch. It was like a deeper story, I feel like, than what the original portrays. It was a little more silly, and this one was silly and had a pretty deep storyline to it too, but it was entertaining, to say the least.
I'm excited to see it. I like that it is different. That's also my concern with How to Train Your Dragon.
Right.
Is that the trailer is very similar to what we've already seen, so I'm like, do I need to see it?
Yeah.
I feel like I already have.
Yeah, this
so
feels
I like, that
like
this
a
one's
different movie to me. People are doing comparison, but to me they're like two different categories. Yeah, so it's a good movie if you want to go see it with your family. If you want to listen to something, this is massive. Taylor Swift is dominating the streaming charts after buying her music back.
This has been all the talk this weekend. The superstar announced Friday that she was able to purchase back her entire catalog of music from Shamrock Capital. Swift has been re-recording her first 6 albums after her masters were originally sold in 2019. She only had 2 re-records left to release: Reputation and her debut album, Taylor Swift.
So that's the big question Swifties have. Is she still going to re-record?
Yes.
Question mark.
Yes.
I don't know. Some dedicated fans wouldn't stream or purchase non-Taylor versions of the songs, but with Friday's announcement, Swift's albums made a huge jump into the top 10 on Apple Music and Spotify.
Reputation surged to 9.9 million streams in a single day, the highest since its release 8 years ago, and all 15 studio albums reportedly were in the top 100 at one time on iTunes.
I mean, it's wild. It's wild what her fans can do. So a lot of the fans I saw this weekend were posting their videos of them at the Eras tour, and then the caption was, "This was the best fundraising event ever." They're so happy that she bought them back, and if that's her music, I'm happy that she has it back too. As you know, there's been a lot of drama with that.
Yes.
But my big question is, what is she going to do with those last 2 albums? With the re-recordings, she's added vault tracks, and that's what people have looked most forward to. And I think everyone is waiting on the Reputation vault tracks, right?
She's gonna do it. There's no reason not to do it, especially if her chart's already doing so well with the new albums and the old albums. You might as well do it.
Yeah. Our producer Danielle tells me, says that if the fans are interested, she will release something. So I'm sure they are interested, Taylor.
I'm sure they are.
I'm sure they want it. Yeah. It's my favorite day of the year. I think you love a good rotisserie chicken too.
Yes.
Chicken lovers can celebrate because today is National Rotisserie Chicken Day.
While there are numerous ways to cook a whole chicken, rotisserie chicken offers a slow cooking method that seals in flavor. The result is a tender and juicy chicken rotisserie chicken that goes well with a variety of side dishes too. Today you can pick up some rotisserie chickens to celebrate. It is a perfect for lunch or dinner. You can also share your favorite recipes. What do you serve with your rotisserie chicken? This is dangerous for us here at Fox 10 because we work right across the street from Costco. And so one of Chelsea's favorite things to do is go after the show and go pick up a rotisserie chicken and just bring it back and have the whole little office smell like it. But hey, we all enjoy it and it makes it nice and easy. That's right across the street. I know.
I mean, who doesn't love a good rotisserie chicken? It makes everything easy. We just chop it up and use it in everything. It's good.
Absolutely delicious. It smells great in here. Now, coming up, we are also learning about the services that Southern Cross Home Care has to offer. And I'm going to be talking more about your forecast and what I'm tracking. It's brand new week. We're starting off with some sunshine, but some changes on the way over the next few days. I'll be breaking down more of those details coming up when we come back. Well, welcome back into Studio 10, and today is Monday, so that means that we are joined by our pet of the week. We also have Hannah Overbay here with Mobile County Animal Shelter. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
And so who do we have here this morning?
This cutie is Lacey. She's a 1-year-old pointer mix, we believe. Very needy for attention. She's loving all the pets that she's getting this morning.
Hello.
She's 1-year-old, heartworm negative. Super sweet. She loves fetch. She rides in the car with a little bit of stress. She looks at you the entire time in pants, but she's really good in it. And she's looking for her home. The shelter is quite full at the moment, and she is over a month there now. So we're just kind of like surprised because she's so sweet.
Exactly.
She's smart. She knows sit. She knows how to potty outside. We don't have many accidents inside with her. So yeah, we're just looking for her a good home.
And she's adorable. If you can't tell, she has some little polka dots on her too. I get some Dalmatian vibes a little bit from her.
We call her our little cow.
Oh, that's sweet and adorable. Super friendly. Has just been loving on everyone that has walked up to her in the studio. But I understand that you guys just have a lot of cats. You have a lot of puppies, a lot of dogs at your shelter right now that are in need of homes. And so what does that look like for you guys in any adoption events?
So we had an adoption event last Saturday. A lot of people came out. A lot of people were talking to us and very interested. But we only had 2 adoptions, which is still great. We're very happy for any adoptions that happen. We are just very full, and we would like to maintain a very clean and like the best living quarters for all the dogs. So when we get full, that's whenever we're doubling up kennels and space gets really tight. So we're very heavy on promoting adoptions right now, trying to make some extra room because we have more dogs on the street, more dogs needing to come in. So it's that endless cycle. But we have a lot of super cute pups, young pups, old pups. We got them all breeds, sizes, and shapes and colors, and all very smart. I mean, I had a great crew of adoptable dogs at the event on Saturday, and everyone was just raving about how good they are and how smart they are and how sweet for the quote-unquote shelter dog. Yeah. You know, you have that kind of bad rep. But she's adventuring over here.
Exactly. She's happy. She's exploring. And so you have an adoption event coming up.
We do. We have an adoption event coming up on June 28th. That's a Saturday. It'll be our Summer Lovin' adoption event. It'll be our regular Saturday hours from 10 to 2. We'll have reduced adoption fees. We'll have some snow cones and the Shucks Y'all Corn food truck, which everyone loves. Our staff love him. So it'll be a lot of fun. You can come out for some food to adopt. You can also come out to learn how you can get involved by fostering or volunteering. There's a lot of great opportunities where you can help with the animals even though you might not be able to adopt.
Right. And so I hope that Lacey is not there. She's absolutely adorable. Just wants someone to love on. And for our viewers interested in learning more about that adoption event or Lacey, where can they find more information?
Absolutely. You can give us a call or you can look us up on Facebook. We post all of our events on Facebook and our adoptable dogs. And that's just Mobile County Animal Shelter on Facebook if you go in the search bar. But yeah, that'll be probably the easiest way for you to get all the information in one spot, and social media is pretty accessible.
And as always, we're going to have all of that information plus more information on Lacey on our website, fox10tv.com, under the Studio 10 tab. But Hannah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Lacey. Chelsea. So enjoy it. Some dry air still in place, but I'm going to talk more about your forecast and what I'm tracking for the next few days. That's coming up in just a little bit.
A muggy meter is never fun.
It's never.
No. But today, like you said, I will enjoy it while we have some better temperatures out there and it's feeling better. Coming up, you get to go in the kitchen.
I do. I'm going to be joining Chef Big John as he's making this seafood omelet, plus also some home style fries. We're going to have more on that coming up when we come back. Well, welcome back into the kitchen. We are joined by Chef Big John with Rouse's. He is cooking up a seafood omelet with home fries. And Chef Big John, it smells amazing in here.
Thank you. This is the home fries. I just added a little bit of bell pepper, green onions, and some red onions to finish these off.
And my question with you is, I've tried to make some potatoes like this before in a skillet, and they always come out soggy. And so I see that yours have some crispiness to them.
Right.
Is there a certain trick to be able to get that?
So what I started out with, I rendered down about 4 slices of hickory smoked bacon from Rouse's, chopped it up, got me a nice render of grease in there, heated it up, put a little bit of canola oil in there just to give it a little bit more. Cut these down to a small dice size, a little bit less, and then let them cook in that bacon, seasoning them and letting them sit. Don't flip them so much. Don't overwork them. Keep them nice.
I think that's a trick right there.
And you can come in with use a black skillet if you have a big skillet like this. These are perfect. These old cast iron skillets. So this is going to sit. It's pretty well. I'm going to top it off with a little dried parsley in there.
It's beautiful between the colors and the brown crispy color that you have on the potatoes. This is a beautiful dish overall. That if you were to show up and cook this for someone for breakfast, they would be amazed. And then you have also the other star of the show right here.
Right. This is crab meat and shrimp. It's an au gratin. It's still reducing down. it will go inside of the 3-egg omelet. When we
Yeah.
flip the omelet in the last segment, I'll stuff it, put it on a plate, and we'll be ready to go. But this is one of our signature dishes I've been cooking for a long, long
Beautiful.
time. And then it's tomato season, and the Creole tomatoes are out, and Rouse's has a great selection of tomatoes. So in this pan right here, what I have, this is kind of a little side note. This is some Italian breadcrumbs drenched in olive oil with some smoked paprika in it. So we place it on top of the tomato, and we put a pat of butter. And I got this oven up to 550 degrees. We're going to stick it in the oven and let it finish out.
I'm
at the
excited
end of
to
the
see
show.
that. 550.
So,
Wow. Okay.
550. So
I just tried that on the side here. That is so delicious. There's a richness in the flavors that it has a little bit more depth to it that I
Right.
really like. That is
right. And then when you
amazing.
put it with the egg, it's really a good deal. Back when I first started cooking at a place called Georgie Porgy's, it was in the Hyatt Regency in New Orleans. Could you imagine just a Superdome and just a Hyatt? Nothing else was there. It was only, and we had Super Bowl, and I'm telling you, if I didn't make 200 omelets in 8 hours, I didn't make one.
Yep.
I mean, just making omelets and going
yeah.
out. And this is the star of the show there. This was it. It was the
is.
seafood omelet. And all these products, the fresh crab meat, the shrimp are available at Rouse's, the seafood market. The guys down on the Gulf Coast, the stores in Orange Beach and Gulf Shores have been very crazy this last week and a half with Memorial Day and summertime kicking off. But they do a great job, Fred, Amber, and all those guys down there. They do a wonderful job.
This is just a beautiful dish. I am so excited to see the finished product, plus also to check on those tomatoes. We're going to have more with Chef Big John coming up in just a little bit. More Studio 10 is on the way. We'll be right back after this. The Eastern Shore Chamber Music Festival is underway. It is a 3-week-long celebration across our area. Here to tell us more about it are artistic directors Trace Johnson and Sahada Buckley. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, I wanted to start it off first, just talking about you guys and your favorites that you've seen so far for the season. What have been each of your favorites so far?
Yeah, well, we just concluded our first weekend of concerts, and we had an amazing first couple concerts, 3 different concerts. We played some Brahms. We had a great piece on Saturday night called The Quartet for the End of Time. That was such an amazing opportunity to play. But coming up this weekend, we have a fantastic classical saxophonist, Dan. He's here from Atlanta. And he's going to play some awesome music, including Mozart's oboe quartet, but he's going to play on soprano saxophone, which is really fun. And I don't know, what are some of your favorites that are?
There's so many to choose from, but I'm really excited about Schoenberg's Wer Clair to Nacht. It's one of the best chamber pieces that we have as string players.
Yeah, that'll be the 3rd week.
Third week. So you're about to enter into week 2?
We're about to enter week 2. That's this weekend. On Friday, we'll be at the Eastern Shore Art Center for Art Walk. And then on Saturday, we'll be at Coastal Alabama Community College in Fairhope. And then on Sunday afternoon, we'll be at St. Francis in Point Clear.
Okay, so it's a rotating event, so you can start to see some of the dates, the locations, some of what you can just expect right there on your screen. That's week 3 that they're showing right there. But I want to go ahead and talk about the inspiration for the season. The name of it is Sea Level, and so what started that?
Yeah, we love to be creative. We love to have a theme for the whole festival, but as you can see, we have lots of concerts, so we like to fit the titles of the names within each theme. So the Eastern Shore, the Mobile Bay, Mobile area, we love water. We're so connected to the Delta and the Bay and the Gulf. So we wanted our season to reflect that. So we have some really fun programs like Ain't My First Shrimp Boil and Desert Island. Let's see, some other great. We had Walk the Plank. That was our first concert as we walk the plank into our festival. So yeah, we love the water. We love this area, and we thought it would be great to kind of center around that.
That's great. And so, Trace, just tell me a little bit about what makes ESCMF so special to the community.
Well, I think everyone really shows up, and it's kind of a team spirit kind of vibe. We all love music so much, and the community, I think, has supported our endeavors from day one. All of our concerts are free, and so I think that is something really unique, that people are coming out to experience all these different kinds of music. We're not just playing classical music, we're playing contemporary music, we're going to play some fiddle music, and I think that makes us different than most other chamber music festivals. Just the inclusion of the community and the different kinds of music that we're playing.
Absolutely fantastic. We're so excited to hear more from you guys. So we're going to have all the rest of the information on our website, fox10tv.com, under the Studio 10 tab. But I was going to have you guys go ahead, play us out just a little bit as we have a commercial break. Well, welcome back in. A pair of calves have a new home at the Nashville Zoo.
That's right. So Hubert and Willow are Highland cows, which are native to Scotland and are the oldest registered cattle breed in the world. So these two calves are 3 months old.
Oh, they come to Nashville from a farm in Georgia. They join a 5.5-month-old Highland calf named Hamish, who also came from the same farm in Georgia as Hubert and Willow.
Look at how cute.
Look at them
they look like
run.
puppy dogs.
They
Oh
really
my
do.
gosh. So you've actually seen the real Highland cow in Scotland?
Yes. When we went to Scotland for our honeymoon, it was my goal to see one of the Highland cows. They were a lot harder to find than I thought.
Really?
Right. Yeah. So you can go on more of the organized tours to go and see some of them. Ours, we just happened to stumble upon two in the middle of a little town. They were right next to a soccer field. And about the size of this room was their little pen that they had. Just real random. But they were huge. They were not as small as those ones.
Right. They're so cute. They may be the cutest animal.
They really are.
The Highland cows with the bangs. Yep. So those cuties are in Nashville if you do want to stop by and see them at the zoo. I'm sure they'll be there for a really long time.
We do have some local too.
Gulf
Breeze Zoo.
Okay, good to know.
Yep.
Gulf Breeze if you want to go. If you're hungry, we'll have this recipe on our website. It was so delicious. Jen and I will see you next for Studio 10 at 10.